Apple cider cookies from 1973. Yes, we humans have been baking with apples since the first time somebody baked with an apple. And today we're going to be continuing that tradition. Start with 3/4 of a cup of butter. That's a lot of butter, Miss Pillsbury. 1 cup of brown sugar. Half cup of sugar. Full disclosure, I picked this recipe because it looked good.
I don't always like to destroy my taste buds, you know.
Butter go bleh. 1 egg. Now for 2 cups of flour. Pinch of salt. Teaspoon of floof soda. That's baking soda. And apple pie spice. What's apple pie spice? Let me tell you. Half teaspoon of nutmeg, allspice, ground ginger, ground cardamom, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Oh dear, it's gonna be a little cinnamon heavy. Now we finally chop an apple of our choosing. I chose this one to die. 1/4 cup of apple cider. Get in. It's not November yet, so we're cleared for some optional nuts. Mix. Chill time. 350 for about 17 minutes. Hello, little one. It's time for icing. 3 tablespoons of melted butter. 1/3 of a cup of cider. Then we add powdered sugar until it's thick. Oh yes, you will love these. They are the taste of the season. Corn cookies from 1930. Now, if cornmeal were to end up in my sugar cookie dough, I would consider that a mistake. But these people have done it on purpose. Do you know what that's called? Criminal intent. Begin by creaming a 1/2 cup of margarine with a 1/2 cup of sugar. They say using softened margarine is ideal. No, honey, what's ideal is not using margarine. 1 egg. So far, so good. And then came the cornmeal. Cornmeal in a sugar cookie. What a bright idea. Oh, cornmeal on the floor. I'm gonna start needing blood pressure medication. 3/4 of a cup and 1/2 cup of flour. Mixed. Now we form a log. Come on, be a good corn log. To the icebox. You are frozen. And now we roll it in cornmeal. Cookies. 8 minutes at 375.
Huh? Whoa, this is lovely. It's a sugar cookie with a bachelor's degree. Bravo!
A frozen orange juice pie from 53. Now, I've seldom heard of orange flavored pies, likely because it's a bad idea, but Betty Crocker doesn't think so. Pastry! Hello. You were misshapen. Stop it! Then we form this to a pie dish. An 8-inch is preferable. It sure is, Betty. 8 minutes at 475. Now we dilute our frozen orange juice concentrate with just 1 can of water. What are you looking at? Into a saucepan, a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup cornstarch. Done. 1/2 cup of OJ. Slowly whisking in until boiling. Fire! The yolks of 2 eggs. Temper the eggs. Get back in. After a minute, remove from heat and add 2 tablespoons of butter. Meringue? What are you doing, Betty? The 2 egg whites. 1/4 cup of sugar. Stiff. Get in. So the pie's not frozen, is it, Betty? No, it was just the orange juice. 400 for 10 minutes. Looks a bit sad. Wow. It's an orange meringue pie. With really bad oranges. No. A millionaire pie from 59. I tell you, I could never be a millionaire. I'd end up buying like 3,000 Pop-Tarts. Or ducks. I quite like ducks. To 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs, we add a 1/4 cup of sugar. 1/2 cup of melted butter. So begins the graham cracker crust. Uniformity is of utmost importance. Blind bake the shell at 375 for 15 minutes. Blind baking is when you put the shell in the oven with 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Pound of crushed pineapple. Drained, of course. Cup of sweetened coconut. How much sugar do you want in this? A jar of chopped maraschino cherries. A lot. Beep at me 1 more time. So sticky. How are they so red? In go the cherries and a 1/4 of the juice. 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. Juice of a lemon. Yee. To top it off, in goes a tub of Cool Whip. Hope y'all know some dentists. Good night. Good morning. You are pink. Whoa, Nelly. Woo. I say, this is camp. I don't hate it. Over the top, outdated, mid-century camp. Are you 9 inches yet? Said 15-year-old me. Add nuts. How much? I need nut instructions. You're gonna want a deep 9-inch. Don't we all? Right, we got 2 fruitcakes here. Ooh, it's a boy. This feels familiar. I'm going to assume we have the same size package. Though the last time I made that mistake, I ended up stunned and quite self-conscious. This has to be the most complicated laxative on the planet. Potatoes are finished when they're soft. Yes, I've noticed that with men, too. Now, when I think of zucchini, I think of good barbecues, summer salads. Men, time for the filling. That's the perfect name for a baking-themed OnlyFans. Eat until soft. Honey, I don't need instructions. I'm single. You know what stings more than a knife, Mr. Onion? Rejection. Finish with nuts. Don't have to ask me twice. Takes a while to come out. Don't worry, I did too. Normally, if you're looking for a mouthful of wood, you just go to a sawmill. Or Tinder. And this, gentlemen, is what happens when we get old. No clue. I've never made a date cream before. It's not November yet, so we're cleared for some optional nuts. And that's how these will last longer than even the most talented of men.